Hey guys, okay, so everything is done with the food in the steamer, and I am going to put everything in these containers and pack them so that you can see. We've got the purple one, which is for fruit, the green, which is for veggies, the red, which is proteins, the yellow, which are your carbs, the blue is for your healthy fats, and then the orange is for the oils and butters, like peanut butter, things like that. Okay, so I'm in the first tier. The tier, how you figure that out is there's a formula in this book, right here, that helps you figure out how many calories you're supposed to eat a day. Then it comes over to this tier and tells you, according to how many calories you're supposed to eat a day, how many of each of these colored containers you're supposed to eat. So I'm in the first tier, so that's 1,200 to 1,499 calories. So what I did was I wrote down on a separate piece of paper how many of each I needed. That way I can tally up. Let's see, the first one is 3 green veggies. What I'm going to do first, I've already made food. You don't have to figure out exactly what you're going to make on each meal until after you've cooked, if you know what you really want to have. So you don't have to put things together in combination until you've cooked it. Okay, so let me get my pen real quick. Okay, from experience, I know that 3 of these hard-boiled eggs cut up with egg whites is going to equal 1 of these proteins. I already know that because I've done it before. But you don't know that yet, so you need to go through, take the shell off, all of that. It's real hot right now, and I don't want to take it apart until I get to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in a container that I'm going to take to work. Okay, let's set that aside. That's going to be 1 protein. Alright, that's 1 red. Okay, this is what I do first and foremost. I figure out what I want for breakfast, because what I want for breakfast I'm going to have before I leave. Then I'm going to think about what I'm going to have for dinner with my family, because I'm not taking what I'm having for dinner, I'm not taking that home with me. So I'm going to think about those 2 things first, because after I figure that out, then I'll know the rest of it, what I need to take with me, what I need to prepare. So for breakfast every morning, I have my chocolate vegan Shakeology. Now, the unsweetened almond milk, you can have 16 ounces of that in place of a yellow. So I usually put 8 ounces in my shake. So it's going to be half of a yellow. But I know for dinner tomorrow, I'm going to have a shake for dinner, because it's just going to be me here. I'm going to drink it after my workout. I'm just going to make it easy. So I've got 1 yellow down. So I'm going to put a tally mark beside the yellow. Okay. The protein powder is 1 protein. I'm going to have 2 of them. So I'm going to put 2 tally marks for the protein. And the egg is another protein. So I've already tallied that. So I've got 3 proteins down, 1 to go. Okay. So now that I know that, this leaves me with 3 veggies, 2 fruits, 1 yellow, 1 red, 1 blue, 1 orange, and the 2 teaspoons. Now, in my protein shake, I love peanut butter. So I get 2 teaspoons, which to me is 1 tablespoon. So I'm going to add in my PB2, which is my peanut butter that's powdered, which is a lot healthier for you. So I'm going to go ahead and check that one off. The 2 teaspoons. Okay. The orange is for your seeds and your dressings. I'm not going to make myself a salad tomorrow. if I was going to make a salad, I would fill this up with the balsamic salad dressing or vinegar and oil. There's a recipe in the book that you can use for the 21-day fix dressing, and then I would pack that, and then I would just pour it over top of it so I get the right amount. So instead, I'm going to need sunflower seeds, something like that, to go in here. So I'm going to mark that off. Okay. So what I have here is my chicken breast and my broccoli. I've already steamed it. It's ready to go. So what you need to see is how I'm going to cut it up and prepare it in this. I have my separate bowls ready. So what I'm going to do, take out one, because all I need is one red left. A lot of times I need two, but I've got one red left. So I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to cut it up into little pieces, little squares. Whatever is left over, I'm going to put back in the refrigerator for the next day. So I typically make about 3 days worth of food at one time. A lot of people like to do a whole week's worth, but by the time I get to day 3 or 4, I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is still going to be any good, depending on what it is. So, alright, I'm almost done cutting this up. Actually, it might be pulled off enough where I can do it with my fingers. Alright, so I've got one chicken breast cut up. So we're going to stick it in here. If it fits, you can eat it. So you want it to fit in there enough where you can put the lid on it. That's how it's fitting, not overflowing here. Okay. It's got a little bit of fat on it, so I'm taking that off. Alright. So one chicken breast actually fit in there, and I have a little room left over, so I'm going to get the other one out. And it has a little bit of fat on the end, as usual. So this goes the same with everything else. If you can pack it in there and the lid will fit on it, then you're good to go. Alright, so that's pretty much all I'm going to be able to get in there while putting the lid on there. Okay, so this is my one red that I have left. So I'm going to mark that off. And I'm going to dump this in here, in one of these, because I'm going to take it together for my lunch. Alright. The rest of this I'm going to put in a different container to keep it. Alright. So the next thing is my broccoli. So I need the green. The green is the biggest one, veggies. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the broccoli down in here. And you know, it's going to take a little more room because of the tops here. But we're just going to try to squeeze them down in there. You can push them down in there. It's not going to do anything as far as give you too much. Okay. Alright, so here's the broccoli. I'm going to pour that in here. And since I need 3, then I can actually, and I don't have any other vegetables yet, so I'm going to fill it up again. So here we go, cutting this up, stick it in here so it'll fit. There's some more. Right. I know this is a little tricky. Alright, so here it is. Alright, so this is going to be my lunch tomorrow. And if you look, that's a lot of food. That's a lot. Okay, and if for some reason you get full before you can eat that, you can save it for the next break. I eat every 3 hours. It seems to get my metabolism real revved up. I lose weight quicker, lose inches, eating clean and eating enough of each type of food. So I've got that packed for tomorrow. So I'm going to mark off 2 veggies here. So I've got 1 veggie, 2 fruits, and a healthy fat left. All right. So healthy fats, in the book, you can use cheese as one of them. I like sharp cheese, but healthy fats. So you can have avocado, raw nuts, hummus, coconut milk, feta cheese, goat cheese, mozzarella, cheddar, Parmesan cheese. The raw nuts is 12 whole almonds is the one that I prefer out of all the raw nuts that's in here. So I'll pack 12 almonds exactly and eat that. I try to stay away from cheese because I'm lactose intolerant. So a little bit of shredded cheese isn't bad, but I'm not gonna fill this up. Now you can fill it up with cheese or nuts or whatever, and you know, sprinkle it on your broccoli, sprinkle it on your salad. But I'm gonna do the raw nuts. Okay, so that one's over with. So I'm gonna put a tally down there. So now all I have left is 2 fruits. 2 of these purple fruits. Okay. So the fruits that I prefer is banana, Granny Smith apples, and strawberries. And that's just what I prefer. You may prefer something different, which is totally fine. So what I'm going to do is I'll take my strawberries out and I'll fill these up. I'm not going to cut them up yet because, you know, fruit goes bad pretty quick whenever you cut into them. So I'm just going to, you can cut these up and fill it up instead of putting it in here by the hole like that. So, okay, I got that. So I'm going to put this in another container. And I'm going to do banana. And I'm not going to cut this banana up because you know how they go bad really quick. So when you cut this up, you'll get about the whole banana in here. I don't have huge bananas. Sometimes you get real big ones, sometimes small, but one will fit in there, cut up pretty good. So I'll just take this with me. And that seems to be it. I'll mark that off. And then you can see here, I've got them all. I can go back if I need to. I can make some changes if I want. But the main thing is not to get overwhelmed with this. People get overwhelmed really easily. I did at first. I didn't want anything to do with the containers. I worked out 2 whole rounds of 21 Day Fix without even looking at this because I thought I was eating healthy. I thought I was eating enough. Turns out I wasn't. I wasn't eating enough of each type of food. And so these containers, instead of calorie counting and measuring and all of that, they do it for you. So you're just filling up these containers, these types of foods, how many times you need to do it, and it works. I lost 14 pounds doing it. So I know what I'm talking about. The woman that made this autumn, she knows what she's talking about. And if you want to try it out, if you think this would be wonderful for you, let me know. And if you're already in my challenge group, wonderful. I can't wait for you to get started and see some results with this. There's a lot of people out there that already have been in my challenge groups, and I'm very proud of you for working hard. And if you have any questions at all, just let me know. I hope this kind of made things a little clearer for you, how to do it, how to measure it out, how to not freak out. Take a couple days to prepare for it. You don't have to do everything on the first day. Get overwhelmed by all this food that's going to go bad before you can eat it. This actually gives you a lot of food. I stay full all day long. And my body actually has gotten so used to it that on hour 3, my stomach's shooting messages to my head that it's hungry. We need to eat. We need to keep this up. And After about 3 days of eating completely clean like this, I could already see a difference in just that. So the workout regimen, the 21-day fix, the containers, my Shakeology, everything works together to bring out the best results possible, and I couldn't be happier. So if you're interested, let me know. I can get you enrolled in my next challenge group, or if you want to try it on your own without being in a group, that's fine too. You just let me know, and I would be happy to be there for you the whole way. Thank you.